what drives growth for your company, for your business? How do you get customers?
It takes that hassle of them trying to email me to explain what they want, see if I'd have a chat, find a mutual time in the diaries, then to send a Zoom link. It was all done by them just clicking on the website, filling in a straightforward form. It was done. It was all sorted. And if I've got people like yourselves that obviously I'm using the You Can Book Me software, I feel like that actually that response felt like actually there's a team of people here who want to help me.
I am here with Chris Vaughan, a photographer based in the UK, and he's been using You Can Book Me for the last couple of years, and we're delighted to welcome him on our customer showcase. Chris, thank you. Hello.
Thanks for chatting to me. It's really looking forward to it.
Well, I can see you've got lots of football in the background there, Chris, but tell us a bit about what you do.
Yeah, so obviously the picture behind is what I took with Lincoln City, which is where I started my career.
So that's
Um,
your photograph
but
we're looking at.
that's my photograph, yeah. Actually, if
Wow.
I oh, there we go, moving the right way. So yeah, that was Lincoln City's first goal at Wembley, first ever goal at Wembley a few years back. So
You a Lincoln fan as well? You must be a Lincoln fan.
yes, yeah, so that's how I got into photography. Me and my dad used to go and watch football. Moved up to Lincoln in 1994. Yeah, I've lived up here for 30 years now. And the first thing that when we moved up here, I said to my dad, I said, could we go get tickets for the football? And then yeah, so it's nearly 25 years ago now. They wanted some club photographers. I was 14 at the time. I said to my dad, I went, quite liking this idea
Brilliant.
of photography. I said, can we do it? And he'd done a little bit of photography with a club we were involved with in South Wales, Cumberland Town, sort of alongside his day job. So we approached the club, they took us on, and yeah, so March 2025 will be with the club for 25 years. From there, I got to know sort of photographers at the local paper, went to work for the local paper then after that, and then set my own business and not looked back since. So
We have a saying here that you need to fall in love with the problem, not the solution, in terms of running your own business, because you need to stay focused on what it is that you do for people. What would you say is the problem that you're solving with your business?
I think for me, it's obviously the companies that I work with. You know, it's that tough, challenging market at the moment. Everyone's trying to sort of get noticed, get attention. That you know, you need clients, you need suppliers. It's great running your own business, but if you had no clients, you had no customers, we might as well shut up shop tomorrow. And obviously, my customers, they want to explain what they do. They want to explain how they can help their clients, and obviously, my image is a way of helping them get noticed, helping them communicate with their customers. So the sort of first thing that we notice if we're looking at some sort of printed or even on websites, the first thing that we notice is the image. It's the image that draws you in. So
Mm.
if for my clients, if they're able to sort of capture somebody's attention and that person goes on to read a little bit more about what they offer, what they can do, how they can help, obviously that's the first step of their sales process. So really, it's helping them secure more sales at the end of the day.
What keeps you up at night at the moment, Chris? What do you worry about?
I think at the moment, obviously, we've been through a challenging time in the political sense and a lot of uncertainty, and you know, on the back of the whole COVID pandemic, and obviously then various changes and prime ministers who've maybe not got a half century of days in office and all. I felt there was a lot of uncertainty and a lot of clients who wanted to go ahead with projects but were nervous, were
Interesting.
apprehensive, and what's going to happen and how
So
many.
your photography business is downstream of business uncertainty. You feel the impact of that.
Yeah, a lot of the work that I do. So obviously I've got the sport, which is where I started. I still work with Link, which is fantastic, and I love that. My absolute day to day is working with sort of business and commercial side of photography. So yeah, you do notice those trends, and it's sort of a bit of a knock on effect.
If you could grow your business again, you said you've been in business for about 14 years. What would you do differently?
Some of the things that for me, I left the newspaper industry when it was changing from a daily to a weekly paper. So I had sort of a couple of weeks' notice of that these changes were happening and decided what I was going to do. And at that time, you know, what am I going to do? How am I going to do this? And I never went into business to be a business person. I went in to be a photographer because I love photography and had to learn to be a business person on the back of that. Some of the best decisions I made was my business coach, who's fantastic. Simon, he's brilliant. He's so supportive, so helpful. Dan, my accountant, is, you know, just a WhatsApp message. I don't understand it. But I send him a message going, is this right? How can you do this? Can you explain this to me? So having sort of people like that there to help me, to support me, because they're experts at what they do.
Mhm.
I wish I'd got that earlier.
If you were talking to somebody now who's starting their business, what tool would you recommend that they use now? And what tool did you start off with that made a big difference?
There's obviously really lots of different elements with running a business. There's a cupboard and the floor behind me, which has got a load of old receipts and paperwork waiting for 7 years to pass before I can get rid of them and all. Having a software now that is all kept digitally securely is a big help. And I think it's going through and having processes, having plans in place, having a consistent approach. And I often get emails from people asking for advice, people who've come out of university or looking to start their business and ask for advice. And I think at the time, sometimes I had this idea that I was going to create this business and I sort of locked myself away and right, I'm going to work on things. I'm going to try and do things. I'm going to try and do things myself because I was nervous. I was worried about how I could create a business in sort of 2 weeks. Best thing to do is speak to people, talk to people, and have a look. As I say, a couple of years back, obviously, when I was looking at scheduling software, I was googling, having a look. I'd sort of talk to people about what they used, what they want, what they had, what they found. So, oh, this is really good, but yeah, I wish it did this, or I wish it did this, and I found yourselves from a Google search. And I really like the tone about your website, about how things came across. And there was just a couple of little things going, can I do that? Will I be able to achieve this? Because if I was going to invest in it, I wanted to make sure that it worked as I wanted it to. I didn't want to sort of have to adapt how I wanted to approach and communicate with my customers. And I love the fact that your sort of support team responded within about 20 minutes to a message, which was fantastic. But it was that approach of actually feeling that I've got partners working alongside me who want to help me run my business. I want to help my clients. And if I've got people like yourselves that obviously I'm using the YouCanBookMe software, I feel like that response felt like actually there's a team of people here who want to help me. It wasn't a sort of here's the answer, go and buy the software. It was genuinely answering a question to help and support and all really. So yeah, find people and work with people alongside you that are invested in your business growth as well.
What drives growth for your company, for your business? How do you get customers?
One of the most powerful ways for me is recommendations of clients that I already use, which is brilliant. Actually, Friday during the day, I was doing a photo shoot for a new client, and they got a new member of staff who'd moved from another company that I'd done some photos for, and apparently they were talking about, oh, we need to get a photographer into. We're having a new website, and this guy went, well, my previous company we used this guy called Chris, and he was great and he was brilliant. Here's his details. And then actually to link this all into the whole point we're talking about, I just got a notification through from YouCanBookMe going, this person's booked a meeting with you.
Brilliant. There was no friction there. They didn't have to just email you and set up a call or anything else. They could just see that they could book you online.
Yeah. So on my website, I've sort of built in the fact that people can have a sort of free online consultation, online chat with me, chat about their ideas, what they want to achieve from a photo shoot. And they've gone ahead and done that, booked it in the meeting. They've all scheduled that. I've had a lovely chat with them, great chat with them. And yeah, we did the photo shoot on Friday. So I'm currently halfway through editing all their pictures, ready to get them sent sort of later on today. But yeah, that was all just through the website. It was sort of took from my point of view, I think it takes that hassle of them trying to email me to explain what they want, see if I'd have a chat, find a mutual time in the diaries, then to send a Zoom link. It was all done by them just clicking on the website, filling in, a straightforward form. They put a little bit of a note of what they wanted to speak to me about. So I've got a bit of background information. It was done. It was all sorted.
Right, let's go to the last bit of this interview, which is the would you rather section. So it's quite quick fire. So
Okay.
I didn't give you any advance notice of any of the questions, and now that you're not even allowed to answer with very much thought put into it. Would you rather throw out your phone or your laptop?
Phone.
Would you rather get a new customer or double your sales to an existing customer?
Double the sales with the existing customer.
Would you rather go to one of those photography trade shows where you were speaking or one of the main events, or get a new customer?
Get a new customer.
Would you rather work with a team of experts or passionate learners?
Passionate learners.
Would you rather be known for product quality or customer service?
Well, that's a really tough one.
It
I
is,
think
isn't it?
I think the customer service is vital, and then you can deliver the goods on the back of that.
I love hearing how you've matured your business over the last 14 years, Chris. And it's also such exciting times to be a part of Lincoln's journey as well as a football team and everything else that you've experienced. And you yourself, you are genuinely a window into other people's businesses because they're asking you to, it's quite a vulnerable thing. They're asking you to take photographs. I know exactly what that feels like, that it's a documentation of somebody else's team and choices and how they want to portray themselves. And that's what you're doing for them. And it's really lovely to hear it from your perspective of how it makes you feel as well. I'm sure all your clients would love to hear you talk about them like that.
Yeah, no, it's brilliant. Thank you for taking the time to chat to me.
Thank you.
It's really good.